at Bettering Green. Sorry, I'm just going to retweet this real quick. The problem with when you start it is you kind of just got to start talking right away. But
right.
There we go.
All righty.
All right, Ethan. Welcome back to the Midwest, the cold Michigan. How was your Florida trip?
So good. Yeah, tough to be back. Freezing this morning, frost on the ground, snowed on Saturday night. I got home Saturday, so yeah, kind of tough to get reacclimated, but it was good. It was 10 days, so kind of nice to be back in the swing of things, back to work, back to filming consistently from the home studio. Back to all my sports books being available, not just Hard Rock Bet, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, it was great, but all good things must come to an end.
Yeah, I was definitely jealous. DePain, what is up, brother? How you doing this Monday? My mom and family is actually down in Florida. They got there this weekend for their spring break. So unfortunately, I couldn't make it down there, but I am jealous. Nothing worse than seeing other people in Florida while you're stuck in. Not like Virginia's cold, but it's not nearly spring enough yet for me. But yeah, let's quickly, before we get into our plays, one of the crazier days I've seen in a long time in the NFL with free agencies going on. Not really trades yet, but just a crap load of free agencies. The biggest news that I've seen, Kirk Cousins leaving the Vikings, heading down to the Atlanta Falcons, making the new Matt Ryan kind of offense down there. I think they're going to be a pretty solid team, especially with a compatible quarterback, capable quarterback. Other big news, Saquon Barkley over to the Eagles. Shout out the Eagles. That's not going to save them from having numbnuts at coach. What else am I missing here? Mac Jones to the Jags. Yep. Russell Wilson to the Steelers. Thank you to Paint. That was as funny. I saw their Super Bowl odds did not change at all, which I absolutely loved. What am I missing?
Well, I'll piggyback off the Super Bowl odds. Eagles went down from 20-1 to like 18-1, 17-1 with Saquon, which is hilarious. That doesn't change anything, in my opinion, and I think that's a fact. I guess I don't know for sure, but yeah, just the overreaction to running backs is just still hilarious to me. Tony Pollard went to Tennessee. That's another big one. Not going to change anything. DeAndre Swift to Chicago. Yeah, he looked good, but he was running behind one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line in the NFL, with a quarterback that garners a ton of attention, with two stud receivers on the outside to get a lot of attention, with a tight end that gets a lot of attention. So it's like, okay, now send him to Chicago with a rookie quarterback, more than likely, a bad O-line or a not as good O-line as Philly and less weapons. Like, we saw him in Detroit. He wasn't anything special. He had glimpses, good runs here and there, but yeah, I think, Josh Jacobs of the Packers. I mean, I don't know if he's gonna.
Aaron Jones dropped or cut.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. Who knows with that guy? To Paint, Fletcher Cox retired, and then Prince. Tell me about Carlton Davis. Thanks. Who's Carlton Davis?
He is a corner for Tampa, I believe, but I hadn't heard.
I'm assuming that means he's on the Lions.
Yep. Via trade. I think we were. Oh, and Marcus Davenport, defensive end.
Okay, we made a little bit of moves. I was waiting for Detroit to get involved.
Yep.
I know nothing about either of those guys. Prince shows my knowledge of Detroit football.
I believe Carlton Davis was like, I believe people wanted him to Detroit last year. I don't know if he was a free agent or not last year. Davenport, I think he's pretty old. I could be wrong there, but I know he used to play for the Steelers. Looks like he's coming over from Minnesota now. Hey, I'll take it. A corner and an edge. That's kind of what I was looking for today.
That's what we needed, especially if we can get them relatively cheap. Not sure if we did, but Yeah, then the draft's going to be huge. Dang, we all Lions fans? We are, unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, this was a great year, but unfortunately for the majority of our lives. Yes, as you can see, I'm got Michigan in the background. Ethan's got Lions. We're both from same hometown, actually. We didn't know that on the show, but same hometown, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yes, so we do like our Lions. So yeah, I was waiting for them to get involved. Yeah, they got Davis with a 6th round pick in a 2024 6th round, 2025 6th round, and then the Bucks received the Lions 2024 3rd.
Oh, okay.
So we got 2 6 rounds in Davis, and we gave up a 3rd this year.
I'll take it.
Yeah, all right, we'll see what happens. We did need a corner, so we also could potentially get a corner in the draft as well as another DN, which I would love. Honestly, just load up on defense. No idea what we need to figure something out with a wide receiver 2 or a wide receiver 3. That's another worry of mine, concern of mine, but we'll see. Anything else in the free agency that you can think of?
I mean, I'll go back to the Bears just really quick, and I know we talked about it a little bit throughout the day, but I truly think the Bears would be like a decent, like 8 to 10 win football team if they just keep Justin Fields. And I know they're going to swing for Caleb Williams because they passed up on Mahomes, and if they pass up on another generational talent quarterback and he ends up being a huge success, there's going to be some repercussions there. But I don't know. You and I obviously both think Caleb Williams is not the guy. We don't even think he's close to the guy. Don't even think he's really going to end up being a starter in the NFL very long. I don't know. I think it's they're making a mistake by getting rid of Fields personally, but
yeah, I agree. I agree completely. And yeah, who knows? Bears fans are something else. Yeah, NFL really kicked up, so we might have a couple more pieces of content. I might have a blog or something out in the next couple of days, just recapping all of what happened throughout the NFL free agency. Because again, it was a crazy, crazy day today. I was trying to focus on college basketball, figure out the Power 5 tournaments are starting up tomorrow, so I was trying to figure out those. Yeah, crazy day in the NFL. So stay tuned for a couple more NFL pieces of content. But let's get into today's bets. And I'm desperate. I am so desperate for a win. So those of you in the chat, if you have a confident bet, please let me know. Because again, I'm all for it. I'm desperate for a winner. But Ethan, yeah, Tony Pollard to the Titans. Yep, that was pretty big. Don't know what Dallas is going to do, but they'll figure something out. Not a great running back class in the draft too.
Probably got to swap. I bet Henry goes to Dallas.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, pretty good offensive line. Seems like a good fit. You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna start with you for your bets today. What are you looking at for your first bet?
Yeah, well, I will start in the NBA. Tweeted this out last night. Already played it. Thought it was going to move drastically. Woke up this morning. It actually moved against me by a point. It's back up right about where I bet it. But I'm taking Golden State -5 is where it's currently sitting at. I bet it 5.5 last night. Like I said, this morning I woke up, it was 4.5. It's back up to 5. Yeah, the one sport where I don't really care about line movement is the NBA. It just doesn't really matter. It's so rarely going to land between the spread that was, the opening spread and the closing spread. So, but yeah, I really like Golden State in this spot here. This is their first game of a 3-game road trip. So I always like playing on them. They've had time off, haven't played since Saturday and then Thursday before that. So a day of rest in between each game. Last game, a home game against the Spurs where they lost 113 to 126. Now they're at the Spurs. So a quick back-to-back with San Antonio here. And then San Antonio is at home off of a 3-game road trip. And they are at home for 8 games consecutively. I think it's the longest homestand of the year I might have seen. So hate the spot for San Antonio. Love the spot for the Warriors here, especially with the Warriors just losing on Saturday to San Antonio.
I like that. I believe Curry is out, but I know that usually goes towards what you like anyways.
Yeah, I figured someone might be out. And I guess Curry would be the only person to really move the line that much for them. But yeah, I kind of had a feeling. I didn't know that for sure, but yeah, love playing on the team without their superstar anyway.
Yep.
I was on the Sixers last night without Embiid and Maxey, and that was easy cash money. So yeah, love the Warriors.
Depends on the Pistons. Pistons are a 4.5 point favorite. Everyone freak out. Pistons 4.5 point favorite tonight against the Hornets. I can't bet it, but I think you are on the right side. Depends.
Agreed.
I'm going also in the NBA. The NBA, I'm seeing the NBA pretty good tonight, which is why I probably should bet the NBA. Same thing. The injured player theory. Cavs are without Donovan Mitchell and without Darius Garland, I believe. They're up against the Suns. They are at home, but I'm taking the Cavs at the +6.5 without Mitchell, without Garland. I'm seeing where are we at? 87% of the bets coming in on Phoenix. People freak out without star players. I think the Cavs win outright, but I'm going to take them at the +6.5.
For what it's worth, we're going to be going head to head here. I'm not going to give it out as a pick, but Suns is a lean for me. The reason I'm not betting it or giving it out is because of the injured players and because of the public side on Phoenix. But I like the spot for Phoenix in that one. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm not betting it, so I'll root for the Cavs for you. My next play, and I know you tweeted this out as one of your leans. I am looking at college basketball, San Francisco +9 at Gonzaga. I mean, Gonzaga's public could be they're a huge name. They always, quote unquote, always do well in tournament time, conference, and March Madness tournament. I just think every square is going to come in here, look at Gonzaga, like, oh yeah, it's conference tournament again. They're what, the 1 seed or the 2 seed? The 2 seed.
Yep.
They're going to be in the finals against St. Mary's. It's that easy. I just think the value's got to be on San Fran here, in my opinion. Gonzaga's obviously taken a huge step back for anyone that's paid an ounce of attention to college basketball this season. They're not nearly the same team that they once were. Doubt they make much of a run in the tournament if they even make it. So yeah, just think fading Gonzaga is probably going to be a profitable strategy at this point in the year.
Yeah, that was definitely one of my leans. Again, I'm not seeing college basketball great in general, and today is a tough slate today. Not sure if I'll bet it, but again, that was one of my leans. DePaint has Nuggets, huge number, but they should get it done. I agree. I don't know if I'm going to get there on a 15.5 point spread, but they should. I mean, they're going to win. I just don't know if they're going to cover that. You also have James Madison Dukes with the blast. That was one of my leans as well. Arkansas State has all the momentum in that game. And again, the winner of that gets an automatic bid. Looks like Appalachian State, who was the clear favorite, or not the clear, between them and James Madison all year to win the Sun Belt, just got knocked out by Arkansas State. Looks like App State's not going to make the tournament now. So that's the problem with these mid-majors is there's so much on the line because of the automatic bid. And again, I know James Madison is the better team. And they are my lean as well. I'm just nervous that all the momentum is with Arkansas State, but their momentum could run out. We've seen it before. So I don't know. That one's I'm really thinking about. Don't know what I'm going to get involved in. My second play, also in the NBA, I'm going to take the Bulls at the +3.5 against the Mavs. Super ugly. I'm seeing the NBA plays is usually as ugly as I can get. I'm seeing Dallas this morning, 92% on DraftKings, 72% on Action, 86% on Pickett. Was at 4. Spreads back down to 3.5 in favor of Dallas with a little reverse line movement. Chicago is not great, but they are at home. I think Chicago, just like the Cavs, are going to win an ugly one at home. So I'm going to go with the Cavs plus the 3.5. Think they went outright though. Sorry, the Bulls plus 3.5. Think they went outright.
Yep. Oh, I'm going to stick in the NBA just because NHL has been shit. But just as a little side note here, I think I might bet the Grand Salami under in the NHL tonight. 4 games, I lean under in all of them. A lot of under teams in my opinion. I think Kings, Islanders, they're not. I need to get that out of my head. They're an over team. Kings are under, Jets under, Caps under, Rangers under, Bruins, Blues all under. I'd say Devils and Islanders are the 2 over teams. Yeah, the way my NHL season has gone, this is probably the highest scoring 4-game slate in NHL history. But I'll probably be on the under Grand Salami. But I'm going to back to paint. I'm going to go with the Pistons. This is not an official bet for me. I just can't get there, but I'm seeing reverse line movement on Detroit. I'm seeing the public on Charlotte. This has gone from 4 to 4.5. Yeah, Pistons is a favorite. I mean, that's just extremely rare. You got to pay attention when they are. And honestly, this is the one thing that's scaring me off here, but Detroit is 2-0 against Charlotte this year. 2 of their 10 wins, 20% of their wins this year come against Charlotte, which I know a lot of people look at that and are like, oh, they have Charlotte's number. This is, the game to play on them. I'm the opposite. I look where it's hard to sweep a team in the NBA, which is my only reason why I just don't think I can play on Detroit here. But yeah, I like the spot for Detroit. I like the reverse line movement, like them as a favorite. Charlotte's not much better than they are anyway. So for the sake of the show, I'll play the Pistons -4.5, but that's not an official play. Neither is San Francisco.
Yeah, my final play, you guessed it, also in the NBA. You guessed it, also as ugly as you can get. I'm taking the Portland Trail Blazers today at the plus, I believe, 11.5, plus 12 against the Celtics. Celtics are without Drew Holiday and Porzingis, according to ESPN. Blazers, however, are without Brogdon, Shannon Sharp, and possibly Jeremy Grant. This line has moved from 9 to 11.5 in favor of Boston, probably because of those late additions to the Blazers. Who's going to take the Blazers in this game? I don't know who has the mind to do that, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Blazers at the plus 12. It's ugly, but again, that's my strategy in the NBA. I don't know. I think the Blazers could possibly win this game outright as well, and that's pretty gross to say. But I don't know. The Celtics are, I mean, they're a wagon. Let's be honest. Celtics are, I think, the best record in the NBA, if not the top three. And the Blazers obviously suck. But this just seems like a game they hang in there, and I don't know. I think the Blazers might win it outright, but I'm gonna take them at the plus 12.
Yeah, I don't hate it. A lot of fade in the public out of you today, which, well, in general, but I mean, you're never going to get me disagreeing too much on fade in the public, especially in the NBA. Probably the most public sport out there. So I like it. Blazers were on my short list of teams I was looking at.
Ben, what's up, brother? How are you? I will ask you a question. Do you have a lead on that James Madison game or any sort of thought?
I think JMU wins. I just don't know or really think they cover. Yeah, I mean, I was looking at JMU obviously that before the year because it was Michigan State's first opponent. Right off the bat, saw that they were getting a ton of hype. I can't, like I say, I knew, but I guess I was informed early that they were going to be a very good team. I thought early they were going to win the conference. I think I tweeted it out after Michigan State lost that it probably wasn't the worst loss in the world because they were going to be a good team. So all year I've kind of just seen them as the team to win this conference ultimately, but 6 points and is this the championship game or no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. It's just tough to lay 6 in the championship game. I don't know. I feel like Arkansas State covers, but JMU wins, so I can't thread the needle.
X Capo, what is up over on Kick? Thank you for the comment. To paint UC San Diego NCAA baseball. Oh boy. I don't know nothing about NCAA baseball, but I'll be rooting for it for sure. What's the plays for today? I'll quickly go over mine, Capo. I am on the Cavs plus 6.5, the Bulls plus 3.5, and the Blazers plus 12. All ugly, all underdogs in the NBA tonight.
And I am on the Warriors -5. That's an official play that I've locked in. And then 3 leans, the plays, well, 2 leans that I gave out, San Francisco +9 against Gonzaga and Detroit Pistons -4.5. And then another lean, just as kind of an extra, I like the Grand Salami under in the NHL tonight.
Yeah. Adding to that, the finals in the tournament finals in conferences, I have seen a stat out there that the unders are hitting around 70 to 75% for conference tournament finals. So just keep that in mind. I know we do have a final today in the Sun Belt, the Southern Conference. I think those are the only 2 going on today. But yeah, going back to that James Madison, that line, that total has dropped, I think, like 5 points. It was at 154.5. It's down to 149.5. Yeah, I think I'm going to get involved on Arkansas State, and I hate it. And I know my lean was James Madison. I don't know. They're the Cinderella story. And again, it's the beauty and the terrible part about the mid-majors is it's an automatic bid. You win this game, you're automatically in. You could have the worst season ever. and you can get in. And probably only one team gets in. That's the crappy part. Appalachian State and James Madison, I think, rightfully deserve to potentially be a 13 to a 16 seed in the tournament. But probably in reality, only one of those teams is going to get in, and it sucks, and it's the way the world is. But I think Arkansas State is living by that, and I mean, they're not terrible. They're 18 and 15. I just think they have a lot to play for. So I might switch my lean and jump over on Ark State.
Isn't there a team that won yesterday who's now in like the semis or the finals? It's like 10 and 21 or something. I'm looking real quick. It's I swear I saw that.
New Orleans? No.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans is live right now. They're only in the second round, though.
Oh. They're playing right now, though?
They're playing right now against Lamar.
Okay, yeah. 10 and 22. I mean, could you imagine, though, that team gets an auto bid?
And we've seen crazier things. That's why, like, the auto bid, I mean, for the Power 5, auto bids really mean nothing unless, like you're a Michigan and dead last in the conference, but somehow you pull out a conference tournament championship. Like, that's cool, but like it doesn't really have that much effect in the Power 5s, but it's huge, obviously, in the mid majors and usually the better team wins. But again, some of these smaller conferences, you could be I think McNeese State is like 28-3, and if they lose, like they're done. They're not making. No two teams are coming from that conference. So there's just a lot of pressure, and good teams don't fall for that, and we see a lot of teams collapse under the pressure. So that's the beauty of the mid majors. With that being said, I probably am jumping ship to Arkansas State. Oh, and I hate that. I just need a clear winner, and I don't think I'm going to find it today. But yeah,
it's a tough slate. It's a very tough slate.
It's a tough slate.
Tell you one thing: if New Orleans wins that tournament, makes the March Madness tourney, they've got to be a play on in round one because everybody is going to be on the other side.
Hey, if they get who are the teams that are
seed, and they'll be playing like Alabama, and they're going to be like a 40-point underdog. And
I'll take them on the spread.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the underdogs this year in March Madness. I don't even know what the underdogs are, but I think it might be an underdog year. And last year, obviously, we had a couple big underdogs. It was our first Final Four, I think, ever without a 1 seed. But really, there weren't that many upsets in round one. I think we're going to get a lot of round one upsets this year. But stay tuned for that. Again, March Madness content is coming out quite a bit. I know I'm posting some on my personal page at Worst Bets. Yeah, stay tuned. And again, we might have some more stuff over on bettergreen.com or NFL related. I know it was a huge day in NFL with free agencies. We will have some bracket challenges for March Madness coming out on Better and Green. Make sure you check those out. Also, check out Sharps and use our code BET269. That's BET with 2 T's, BETT269. We post all of our official plays over there. And we also post all of our official plays on Twitter. Ethan's Twitter is eBainbridge26, and mine is at Worst Bets. So make sure you check those out. Do you have anything else to add before we close out here? Again, appreciate all your comments. Thank you guys for tuning in as well. We are up to 580 subs, quite a bit more than we had the last couple weeks. We got one more comment here. Cade Cunningham, 6+ assists. Jalen Duren, 12+ rebounds. Kevin Durant, 6+ rebounds. Darius Garland, 6+ assists. Wemby, 10+ rebounds. Devin Vassell, 4+ assists. Ooh, I like it. I don't know if Garland's playing, but I like it. I might have to parlay
it. Yeah, last thing I'll say, I just want to go back to the upsets quick. I do believe if James Madison wins their tournament, I think they're slotted to be like a 12 seed, classic 12-5. James Madison's probably going to be the 12 or one of the 12s that gets it done. Already looking ahead to that, hoping that happens, but that's all I got.
Yeah, I will say one more thing about that 12-5 matchup. I just made a video on it the other day. But 5 seeds went undefeated last year. 4-0 for the 5 seeds in the first round. They have never gone 2 back-to-back years where 5 seeds have gone undefeated. The last time we had 5 seeds go undefeated, the following year, which was 2019, we had 3 12 seeds win the first round. I believe it was, I don't have it written up, but I believe it was Richmond and two other teams. But I don't know. I think the 12 seeds are due, and the 12 seeds this year are phenomenal. I mean, we have, like I said, McNeese State, possibly James Madison. I know. Shoot, I just had them all written down, but there's a lot of 12 seeds. Drake
Yep.
probably be in on there.
Potentially Indiana
I don't-
State, depending on where they get in at, if they get
Indiana
in.
State, if they make it. Where the hell? Oh, Grand Canyon, Richmond, USF, Samford, Princeton. I mean, we've seen Princeton and Richmond. I mean, we've seen them win multiple years in a row, win multiple games as well. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of first round upsets, especially at that 12th range. Also, the 11s win quite a bit over the 6s. Hell, I'm going to be rooting for the 15s over the 2s, and as always, the 16s over the 1s. I don't know if we're going to get any of those, but might be the year of a lot of underdogs. At least that's what I'll be rooting for. Yeah.
I'll be rooting for the 11s over the 6s because that's probably where Sparty's going to end up.
They didn't give them an 11. Last I saw, this morning they gave them a 9.
I saw that too.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not good. They're not good.
Yeah,
but
maybe they'll get the. Go ahead.
I don't know. Their metrics are still like just incredibly good. It just doesn't make sense. But
they're a scary team in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. As a team playing against them, I would be terrified because again, they were preseason number 4, 3. I mean, they're still very sound offensively and defensively. They just haven't been able to put it all together. We know Izzo. We know what Izzo is capable of. So no matter how much I shit on State, I still think they're a very scary team. Could potentially make a run. Probably a decent future out there. Hopefully the odds are good, but they definitely can do it. But that's going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
One more thing before we get off. Sorry. I'll make it quick, but I tweeted this out last night. Just for any Michigan State fan that is watching or stumbles across this. Just a ton of Michigan State fans are pissed about the loss to IU. I mean, obviously that would have got us into the tournament, but had we been the 6th seed in the Big Ten tournament, we were slated to play Michigan or Penn State. A loss to one of those two teams in the first round of the Big Ten tournament is like just a death kiss. So I think it's better that we ended up being 8. Now we get to play Minnesota. If we lose there, it's not so bad. They're still a quad 2 team. If they win, they get a shot to go beat Purdue. So I don't know. It's obviously a tougher draw, but it's a safer draw in my opinion. So I think it worked out.
Yeah. And again, I'd be scared to play Michigan State at any point in each of the tournaments. So yeah, but thank you guys for tuning in. We had some good interaction today. We'll be back probably on Saturday for, well, maybe we'll decide when we're back on. I know Saturday is probably a pretty crazy day of conference tournaments. We'll see you on the slate, and we also might have some getting technical coming out with some conference tournament games on there as well. But I appreciate all you guys. Good luck with all your bets. Good luck if you're tailing as well. And we will see you guys in the next couple of days. Peace.